And I'd never been a gym guy. I always like looked down on those guys. Like those are fake muscles, and I only like the muscles that like actually can play the game, and that kind of shit.
Great to see you, David. Thanks for talking to Muscle and Fitness. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I mean, I guess from the fitness side of things,
Yeah.
I'd love to get into it a little bit with you. I mean, congratulations on Malice. It looks to be one of those shows that people aren't going to be able to kind of put down, and they're going to have to see all the different twists and turns. And it must have been awful when they told you was going to be filming in Greece. I mean, that sounds like real hard work.
Yeah, it was, but I'm a professional actor, so I put up with that hardship.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, we appreciate your service. We really
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
I mean, I saw an interview where you said that it was maybe in your 40s where you started to really dial in your fitness. I think around the time of Californication. And
Exactly.
for a lot of us that are in our 40s, that's kind of an excuse. Oh, we're kind of getting to that age where we've got things going on and we're letting go of things. So
Yeah.
thanks for the inspiration there, because it's always
Yeah,
great to see.
yeah,
But looking
yeah.
back, how pleased are you that you decided to make that change?
Well, I'd always been an athlete, so I'd always played a game, or been in pickup basketball games or played tennis. I was always playing a game, and then in my 40s, I started. My kids were starting to get older, or they were going to school, and I was working a lot, so I didn't really have time to play those games, and so it just became, well, how do I keep my body fit in the time that I'm allotted now? And I'd never been a gym guy. I always like looked down on those guys. Like those are fake muscles, and I only like the muscles that like actually can play the game, and that kind of shit. And even when I was playing basketball especially, they would tell you not to lift weights. It was back in the day when they were like, no, you don't want to get muscle bound. They'd say, you get muscle bound. So I had these kind of prejudices in my mind against the gym workout. But I grew to love it. I grew to love the kind of pain and the challenge. And as I get older and older too, it's necessary. Like it was, with Californication, it was like, oh shit, I'm gonna have my shirt off a lot. It's part of the job. I should probably get in good shape. But now it's like it's a health benefit for me at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you're pretty consistent with your health. I don't know if you're still kind of pescatarian mostly, vegetable, a little bit
Mostly,
fish, things like that.
mostly.
I noticed that they kind of had you around the pool, maybe almost like shirtless scenes there. So how
Yeah.
much notice did you get about that? And were you kind of like, oh, I need to dial it in?
um, I think I must have been able to tell from reading the script, but yeah, I mean, I don't want it to be well. I don't even know if I could get to the point where it's kind of unrealistic, you know. Um, I mean, but yeah, it's just there was no dialing it in really, because it wasn't really necessary for the role or the character. But certainly, I'm as vain as any other actor, so I want to look okay.
Yeah, and I see your gym setup. There was a YouTube video that you did where we saw your fridge and that kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
And you've got the reformer in there and you
yeah,
do pull-ups. So I can see that you're doing those functional workouts as
yes,
well. And then
yeah.
you do the cold plunges. Is that good for recovery?
They say, and I hope it is because it's not good for pleasure. You know, it's a painful experience. But even that, and I would say that it's part and parcel of working out because no pain, no gain is the cliche. But when you put yourself in painful situations or you put yourself in stressful situations, I really see it now as a rehearsal for a real stressful situation, and that an ice bath is not a stressful situation in life, but it is stress, and I think that it's important to make friends with stress and know that you can kind of sit through it.
Yeah, that makes total sense. And I know your kind of approach to health is very much, like you say, not just about show muscles, but also about the environment. Like, where does the food come from, and exactly what
Yeah.
is it that I'm eating? I'm just wondering. I enjoy intermittent fasting from time
Mm.
to time. I find you get a bit of a mental clarity
Mm.
from it. Is it something that you've tried?
I tend to do it naturally. I tend to not want to eat a big breakfast, so I tend to kind of fast from previous day's dinner to lunch, even though I kind of put a lot of stuff in my coffee now, to kind of get some protein in there and things like that. So generally, I just do it naturally. Just that's the way I feel like I run best, and I do agree that you get there is a kind of a clarity that can come, but it's you got to really ride. The clarity can easily go into like a funk, like once you run out of like calories, like I'm really riding that edge, and now I can't string two thoughts together.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. And we know Jack Whitehall over here in England as a comedian, and
Yeah,
obviously he's becoming a great actor too. But he turned up in phenomenal shape as well. Like,
he
were you
did.
surprised to see how kind of ripped he was?
Well, I didn't really know I didn't really know him so well, but I see in the past that part of his act is kind of being ungainly and not the ripped guy. So yeah, I definitely saw that he was watching what he was eating and he was working out, and we would do some push-ups now and then on set.
Yeah, I'm so glad you said that because I really wanted to ask, did you guys get a chance to maybe exercise or train
Yeah,
together?
we didn't train together. We did. I think we did hit tennis balls once because when we were in Greece, there was a court right by where we were staying, so that was nice. But he got really into padel, like while we were in Greece, and I think he's still. I think he was super into tennis when I met him, and then I think he went over to padel. So you should ask him. I think that's his obsession now.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Padel's definitely having a moment. And but listen, thanks so much. Great to catch up with you. Everything, and as always, everything you do is always so great. And I know this is going to
Thank
be
you.
one of those things that I can't wait to binge watch. So just keep doing what you're doing and stay healthy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.